Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
We are all cut up. Go ahead. Tell me and Parker why you support Trump.
Well, I first want to start by saying I learned something from looking up rape and looking up how all these terms are defined and how it's changed over the years. Though the ideas from what was accepted. There was abuse with women, Mad Men. There was a whole time where women were objects. And they were just there for the male, to use and abuse. Certainly over the years, and with the idea of the transitioning of sexes and
Hey, wait. I'm sorry. I gotta cut you off. I gotta cut you off there. I hate that I have to ask this clarifying question, but it's like when you're talking about how what on the wide scale in society viewed as objects to be used and abused, and many circumstances still are. Can we agree that that was wrong? I just want to make sure.
Absolutely. Okay. It was also wrong to own people. Please,
yeah.
I agree that was wrong too.
I hate that I had to ask that clarifying question just after the last guess. Who knows anymore? But go ahead.
Well, no, and in the idea of rape too. I was always when I hear rape, it was well, what happened? Did he use his penis? So I don't know if I can say that, but did he use his member into the that area? But now I'm looking at it differently because I looked it up, and it doesn't involve it could involve fingers. That was always that's new to me. As far as what occurs there. And each activity and each action, has to be consensual. So you have to, there's a gray area sometimes, obviously, if you have, wife or girlfriend. But I've never really.
I think that there's a gray area to consent.
Well, I've never asked permission. I would ask permission, anally. If I was going to do that, that's something probably can I go there? But I would never ask permission. Can I touch that area? It would be normal. If that's part of a relationship, I guess, obviously. But Trump, he bragged about it, and I agree. He bragged about it when he said he could just touch a woman.
So
in his mind, he didn't think he was doing wrong.
Where's this going?
I'm just saying, in his reality, he wasn't raping. He wasn't. He because he owned the pageant, he felt that he had the parameters under control, and I agree. I looked that up too. I learned something as well. I didn't realize these.
And Hitler thought that he was saving the world.
Right. So I guess and that was wrong too. Okay, right. So that was wrong as well. I agree. Now in today's date, we have boys going into the young girls' bathrooms. How do you feel about that?
The question is, why do you support Trump? And I feel like you're throwing a lot at me right now.
Well, I'm only throwing one aspect of it.
Why do you support Trump as president?
Well, because he puts America first.
How so?
Outside of anything that we want.
How does he place America first?
Because he focuses on our benefit as a nation.
Was he focusing on our benefit as a nation when he refused to abide by a court order and fund food stamps for the last week of the shutdown, or when he took health care away from 10 million low-income Americans, or passed a big, beautiful bill, which was not only the most expensive bill in this country's history, but is also the largest redistribution of wealth from the poor to the rich in modern American history by reducing the purchasing power of the average American making at or under $51,000 per year, which is under 56 million Americans, while increasing it for those making over that dollar amount? Or was he placing America first when the House Republicans refused to divert the $40 billion going to Argentina to fund ACA subsidy credits to keep health insurance low for millions of Americans, compared to the fact that now, because they refused to divert that funding from Argentina to pay for the subsidy, we can expect millions of Americans receiving coverage through the ACA to have their premiums go up by thousands and thousands of dollars per year?
A simple answer, yes.
How is that placing America first?
Well, because if that's going to bring us back to putting us back on the correct tracks, then yes. Right now, this.
But how is starving people and either taking their health care away or making it more expensive going to put us back on the right track?
Well, by giving welfare the way it was abused. So corrective measures has to be taken place. We all have to come down to.
There was no corrective measures in him refusing to fund food stamps.
Well, that was part of the ploy of the Democrats, and which is why now they're being fed, right? That was a Democratic activity that now feeds them.
No, so it was the ploy of the Trump administration to not take emergency contingency funds from the U.S. From the USDA to keep food stamps running during the last 12 days of the shutdown.
Well, I heard they were going to be forced to, but the U.S. Supreme Court said that he didn't have to.
Oh, well, no,
there you go.
the Supreme Court didn't say that it didn't have to. The Supreme Court said that we're going to put a hold on this ruling while the appeal is adjudicated. But the question is, why would he even appeal the ruling? Why wouldn't he just want to ensure that hungry Americans are being fed? I feel like a true American first president wouldn't have even need that court ruling in the first place to divert emergency funding to keep people fed.
Well, I mean, we did pay, I guess, the military, but I guess the traffic, who are we going to pay? How are we going to? I mean, he was going to start getting these funds from the tariffs.
Oh, wait,
He was
can
gonna
you just answer my question? So, like, Donald Trump had over $8 billion worth of contingency funds available to him to use as emergency funding for food stamps. Do you agree that a true American, America First president wouldn't even need a ruling from a court for him to use those emergency contingency funds to keep food stamp benefits running for 42 million American citizens, including 16 million American children?
Well, I'm going to probably agree with you, but at the same time, why don't we get it from him?
Okay,
I mean,
okay. So we agree that a true American first president would have done the opposite of what Trump did.
in this one example, don't forget, I mean, it's a larger picture. It's not just a question
Well,
of...
this one example is the larger picture of 42 million American citizens. And this plays perfectly in to him taking health care away from 10 million low-income American citizens, reducing the purchasing power of half of this country through the Big Beautiful Bill, or refusing to divert funding going to Argentina to rather keeping that ACA subsidy alive so that health care costs for millions of Americans reliant on it will be low. Right? Like, I mean, I think that Donald Trump has perpetually proven it time and time again that he's America last. I think the most notable example of this was his attempted coup of the government on January 6, 2021, when he tried to rig and steal the election from Biden, or his 5 infringements on the American Constitution in the last 10 months, including but not limited to the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the 10th Amendment, the 14th Amendment, or the 22nd Amendment.
Well, in terms of the J6, I mean, we all know that was a hoax, and that was done by Pelosi, and that was all orchestrated against him so that he could fall into some kind of trap, you know, to say that he coordinated and he wanted us as MAGA to abuse and to I guess fight for democracy in this case. I mean, at this point.
So what precisely was a hoax? I'm confused.
By the election, we know that. We know that
What precisely was a hoax?
the J6 hoax with Pelosi.
What about it was a hoax?
It was orchestrated. It was all.
You think that J6 was orchestrated by whom?
It was planned. It was planned. Half of it was welcomed in, and the other half was shot.
Wait. Who's it orchestrated by?
The Capitol Police.
The Capitol Police orchestrated fake Trump supporters trying to kill the Capitol Police.
We're not fake Trump supporters. We were America. We were fighting for America. At this point, we felt this when the election was stolen, and there's plenty of evidence, but no one actually there's plenty of evidence.
There wasn't any evidence.
You say that, but there was.
Okay. What is it?
The counting of the ballots, the tables turned. There's the polls that were the shenanigans of the polls, the drip.
Saying shenanigans at the polls is definitely not proving anything. Did you know that the 2020 election is the safest and most well-audited election in recorded American history? And Donald Trump paid millions of dollars to his Electoral Integrity Board to find any evidence of widespread voter fraud. Then he took everything they could find to 63 hand-picked courts to argue their case. All 63 hand-picked courts refused to hear it because of a lack of evidence, including 34 courts with Republican-appointed judges and 17 courts with judges appointed by Trump himself. And Parker, if there's anything else that you'd like to add on to this point, go ahead. I feel like you definitely haven't had much time to speak.
No, it's okay. I'll add on to the next point.
Well, I mean, anyone can get away with anything. And, about 82 million votes for Biden. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Okay, yeah, so then you're just saying that the evidence is that you think the amount of votes that Biden got was ridiculous. But like that was audited, it was fact-checked, and it was proven. You're just insane.
Not when you count each vote 5 times. I mean, there was evidence of
no, there's not even evidence of that.
And ballots showing up.
You said there's evidence of dead people voting? No, there's evidence of like a handful of people voting then dying.
All right, you can argue both.
So what basis do you have in any court case that indicates that Donald Trump won the election in 2020? Because 60-plus courts indicated no sufficient evidence for him to overturn the election.
J6, there was plenty of us that thought the election was bullshit and it was rigged and it was stolen.
Yeah, you guys thought that. What was the evidence?
Right.
Thought that. So I mean, because we thought that, we didn't want the vote. There's no reason why. Okay, someone dies, we just go home. We don't necessarily.
What's the evidence? I'm asking for the evidence.
And for what? Evidence for what?
Evidence for how the election was stolen. Were there any court cases? Because 60-plus court cases indicated no sufficient evidence to overturn the election.
No sufficient. That's a key word, sufficient. But we had plenty of evidence.
So what was the evidence?
Oh, you bet that it's not sufficient to prove it? Damn.
Well, I mean.
Nice concession.
voting machines, that they was okay. I mean, they weren't fully investigated as far as I'm concerned. I mean, counting the ballots 5
Yes, the
times.
voting machines were definitely investigated.
I wonder what
Everything was investigated. I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
wonder what he thinks the shape of the Earth is. What's the shape of the Earth?
Well, what are you told it is?
Wait, what? No, seriously, what shape is the Earth?
Yeah, I'll be back.
What do you?
I'll be
You
back. Give me 30 seconds. I'll be back.
What are you told it is? Are you told that it's flat? I mean, we were told that it's flat for eons, and now it's all of a sudden round. I don't know how that figured.
Oh, so you think the Earth is flat?
Well, you don't have to use the word "thing" for that. The only evidence right now is the flat Earth. I mean, there is no evidence that it's round.
Oh, okay. So then, can I ask you this question? Why does the sun set? Or how do you know, like, under your model, like, how could it be possible for the sun to set?
It doesn't set. It moves. It moves in conjunction with the moon on an equal conjunction. That's the only thing that moves.
It gets blocked by the horizon. That's impossible under a flat Earth model. You would literally still see the sun. It would just get smaller over time, which that doesn't happen. Something that is getting further away from you but is still above you, you can still see it. It just becomes smaller over time. That doesn't happen to the sun. If the flat Earth model were actually real, then we would actually see the sun at all points during the day. We'd be able to see across the entire ocean. There's no limitation.
Well,
The reason why we can't is because of the horizon and because of the fact that there is a globe.
Well, the flat Earthers are the only ones that won in court because there was no evidence of a round Earth. Now, what you can just go off into oblivion.
I just gave you evidence of a round Earth based upon how the sunset operates. And that is like it's the easiest example to understand possible. Oh, Dean, what happened to this guy?
I don't know. I mean, that's what you. I mean,
Look what you've done to Dean now. Look at what you've done to him.
So it's not flat.
No, look what you've done to him. Because you've said the Earth is flat. Look what you've done to Dean Withers. Look at him.
Well, I mean, modern technology is proving that.
Excuse you, sir. Did you just say that I think? Shut up. Did you just say, Parker? That I think the Earth is flat? Sure, obviously you have been indoctrinated by the Democrats. Okay, it's not a think, it's a no. It's a no. And if you start doing your own research, then you know it. Then you know it. The Earth is flat. The Earth is flat. The Earth is flat. I heard of the ice wall. I heard of it. I saw it on Telegram. I saw it on there. I think my great uncle out of Tennessee sent a picture of it.
Antarctica, the southernmost points of surrounding the Earth.
It's actually flat.
Southernmost point. Get that shit. It's surrounding the Earth. We're on a plane. Not those fake.
It's a pancake.
Not those fake little liberal planes in the sky that say they can see the curvature. No, a plane, a flat plane. A flat plane on like an XY axis. The thing I was supposed to learn about in 3rd grade before I dropped out.
Plane, flat. I'm thinking flat Earth. I'm saying it's a flat Earth. Right. It all makes sense.
Exactly. No, it does make sense.
No, dude. Can you actually explain to us the flat Earth model for us, please? Like, again, explain the sunsets.
Oh, yeah. Explain that shit, brother. Explain it to the non-believer. Explain that shit, brother.
Put him on mute. I'm sorry. But I mean, yeah, the sun and the moon rotates inside the firmament. So that's something that's something we're supposed to know.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, we'd be able to see it from any point on Earth at any point in time. There is no limitation. What is blocking our field of vision?
Distance.
Distance, it would make it smaller over time. When something gets further away from you, see how it looks smaller? You see how it looks bigger? And it looks smaller. Okay? So we would see that happen to the sun. Did you know that? That doesn't happen. You can look at the sun. That does not happen.
Can we bring something else up?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I mean, look, at some point, we're all going to know the Earth's flat.
Right.
And you guys are just,
Dude, there's no way you're real. Did you listen to anything I just said?
Right.
When that happens, you guys are going to go, oh, I guess we were wrong.
Right.
No, you're
right,
literally You're literally wrong. We would be able to see it. What is blocking our field of vision? Distance would make it look smaller.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Right.
Is
wrong.
the moon round?
Moon round. Well, how would we know? We've never been there.
Right.
Right.
You agree with that?
Right. Yeah. Right.
That was also a hoax?
Actually, everyone, the moon is spherical. Jupiter's spherical. Actually, every planet, Mars spherical, Venus spherical, the Sun's spherical, everything's spherical. But Earth, it's flat. It's actually pancake size. Everybody, you heard it here first, folks. Everyone, it's a pancake. Okay.
What if it's not
Cloudy with a chance of meatballs, I tell you.
I have another question, Ron. What you know about the Air Force? Them chemtrails. What you know about them chemtrails, Ron?
Well, we're learning knowledge of them existing now, aren't we? I mean,
Right.
this is the
Right.
first year of saying maybe the government isn't doing what they should be.
Right, right. Dude, they're dropping the chemicals into the water.
That's something I don't know about.
Nope.
You might know
Let
more
me
about
let me
that.
tell you. I do.
They're turning the
I do.
frogs gay.
Nope. Listen, the chemtrails are putting the chemicals into the water to make you a liberal homosexual. I took one sip, Ron. You know what happened to me, Ron? I had to repent after that. Okay. I'm done. Okay. All right. We're done with the bit. Okay, I'm sorry. I started to take a little bit.
Yeah, you better stop it right now, you Antichrist. Antichrist Democrat.
I started to take a little bit too far. My bad. Too far.
More evidence showing the Earth is flat than it is round, because there is no evidence the Earth is round. All right, now if we have technology from the outside that we can look down and see the planet and see people upside down, that would be phenomenal. But that's just not going to happen.
What do you mean see people upside down in reference to what?
How they're standing.
The center of upside down is in reference to the center of the earth. What are you talking about?
Right.
Upside down is not just up, dude.
Well,
up it down from your field of vision. Upside down, we're talking about as in reference to the center of the earth. They're not upside down as in reference to the center of the earth.
No. As to the viewpoint from outside of it, like if you have a satellite and you want to see the Earth, I mean, there should be pictures of that anyway outside of.
Yeah, and it's not going to look like on a small ball someone being upside down. You understand, again, everyone's perspective in terms of their own field of view, it's going to be their downwards is towards the center of the earth. For everyone, it's the same.
All right, you got to mute him. If I'm trying to prove a point, I can't do that while.
Yeah, you can't have facts. You got to mute the facts.
You say facts, but we don't have any. You know why? Because we can't get them.
Wait,
we haven't.
What do you mean we can't get them? We have literally pictures of the planets.
So-
What are you talking? We have the International Space Station. What are you fucking talking about?
Wait, how did
You
this-
can see the International Space Station from the fucking ground.
How did this
You
guy
can
respond?
see the International Space Station.
How did this guy
Places
respond
where-
to the 24-hour
just gotta know that.
sun at the North Pole? By the way, so the 24-hour sun at the North Pole completely debunks the flat Earth model.
North Pole is in the center of the everything. The North Pole. The South Pole is on the outskirts. This is protected by the wall, water.
Oh shit!
Right?
Okay.
There is a dome that's above us, and it's called the firmament. And this is why around it caps down and it covers, and it encapsulates our area, right? If you look at that, you'll find that as evidence.
Wait.
And then you go,
Wait. Actually, there's a 24-hour sun at some points at the North Pole and the South Pole. How do you explain that?
There's a rotation of the sun through. If you follow it, there's diagrams. If you look at YouTube and if you really investigate it, you'd see how that works.
No, explain. You got it. Okay. No, I think that you're trolling. Explain that to us. Explain that to us. How does that work?
And it's going around, and it's hit in the sun, and the hottest points are going to be around the center, the hemisphere, and so, on a flat surface, it's going to be just. It'll be those are the points that when you track the sun and the moon on the track that it's on, that's why it's hot. That's why it's heated.
Dude, this guy's trolling.
Wait, do you think that there's an ice wall? Do you think we live in Game of Thrones?
We know there's an ice wall. Why would you say think?
Wait, so you know that there's an ice wall. When do you get to meet the White Walkers?
We know there's an ice wall, and we know that the 60th parallel will not allow all the nations of the world have agreed to not let anyone pass. Are you familiar with all this and how and why we can't?
You can literally go and circumnavigate Antarctica. Explain to me how you can do that.
Thank you so much,
Well,
Bob.
a couple areas where people can visit, but you're not allowed to go down.
You can circumnavigate it. People will circumnavigate it all the time. How is that possible?
No.
Why are they able to circumnavigate it without going like fucking 30,000 miles? Explain that one.
There's a rule that all countries are abided by. There's an agreement that no one's allowed to.
You didn't listen to anything I just said, did you? How are they able to circumnavigate Antarctica, if it is the case, or with not with doing it in a few thousand miles, not doing it by like 30,000 miles, if it goes all the way around the planet, if it goes all the way around the planet, it would be like 30,000 miles again.
Right. No, it's around. It's around the outside. Its water must be contained, guys.
Right, yeah, I understand. You think it's all the way around. Why is it not 30,000 miles to circumnavigate Antarctica?
Also,
30,000.
also the reason why this water in this glass needs a container is because if it doesn't have a container, it would spill and fall because of gravity. Right?
It's right now.
But
It's
when the center of gravity is the center of the Earth, okay.
gravity's a problem. You should eliminate that.
Yeah, you don't.
Right?
What is it?
Water fall towards.
What-
It falls towards the center of the earth.
What is? You don't believe in gravity?
Density and buoyancy.
Oh no!
okay?
Wait, I thought it was static electricity. Now it's density and buoyancy.
Right. Gravity doesn't make sense
Yeah.
because it's not going to hold the oceans down, guys. It's just not going to on a spinning ball. It's just gravity's not going to work on that.
Why
It
not?
just doesn't happen.
What are you saying?
If this guy's a troll, he's really good at it.
He's not. He's not good at it. He's clearly a troll.
What is a troll? When you say it's a troll, what does that
No
mean?
way this guy's serious. I just don't believe it.
No, he's running the right points, right? Because I did flat Earth debates for a little bit for fun, like density and buoyancy.
Response to what I had
Like,
to say, if you would.
I know that it sounds crazy, but like density and buoyancy is like a legitimate counter argument from flat earthers, so not all too legitimate, to gravity.
Listen, I was a round earther for 40 years.
Yeah, but all the other examples that I brought up are literally contradictions that they can't explain. It's literally impossible to explain all of the points that I brought up. The circumnavigation of Antarctica, like sunsets, right?
Yeah.
Those are literally contradictions under your worldview.
No one's allowed to circumnavigate Antarctica. I don't know where you get this.
Yes, they do.
They don't. They don't.
They do.
No, they don't.
Yes.
Where's your evidence?
You think we've never circumnavigated Antarctica?
Did, and since Byrd came back, he died within a few days after that, or well passed, or I forget how he passed. But I mean, there's allegations there that he wasn't allowed to share what he learned. That was the last person to do that. Though. I mean, who do you know has circumnavigated Antarctica?
Oh my
since then?
god.
Who? You don't say that. Who?
Okay. Hey, we're gonna move on. By the way, there's an Antarctic race every year. It's around the totality of Antarctica. It's a circumnavigation, and it's a race of yachts and sailboats to see who could circumnavigate it the fastest. Did you know about that?
That doesn't make any sense. First of all,
It happens every year.
well, that might be an area, but that's certainly
Thank
not
you for
the
the
whole.
motorcycle. No, it's around the whole South Pole.
the whole South Pole.
Yeah, look
You
it
know how
up.
long that would?
Look
you know
seriously.
what?
Look it up. It is a serious thing that takes place every single year.
Anyway, there's reasons to hate everybody. You can find crimes against anybody. You can establish things that you disagree with and haunt on them. But at the
We're gonna move on to the next guess. I kind of like this tinfoil hat. This one's cool looking.
Yeah, it's kind of fun, bro. It's kind of fun because honestly, it meets all the guests at this point. Like, there's not honestly at this point, every guest we've had up has been unhinged. Like, why is every guest we've had up just so unhinged?